Backcourt shot of the PEC here at Coppin State University. Todd Bartley alongside Athletic Director of Coppin State, Derek Carter, a.k.a. DC. Well, I'm going to rectify the technical difficulty here in just a second. Is that any better for you? No? All right, I'll get it fixed.
Oh.
So as DC is getting set to be able to hear for the first time today in the broadcast, this was what troubled us in the first game as well. We're trying out some new toys, and a lot of times the new toys don't always want to cooperate. So for Coppin State, they're going to go normal deployment, as I like to say. They're going to go Davis, Drummond, Morgan, Andrews, Fulton, and Council Jr. For South Carolina State, they're going to deploy Banks, Richardson, Rogers, Bottenberg, and Applewhite. And DC, we previously mentioned the two bigs at 6'8" each, and they're both sophomores. One out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Applewhite. The other one out of Bottenberg, Rockville, Maryland product.
Yeah, we see a local guy.
Well, we'll sell them tickets too, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I think we have the technical issue squared away. Would you agree?
We're good to go.
Okay.
We're good to go.
Coppin State coached by Juan Dixon, his first year at the helm here for the Eagles. South Carolina State under the direction of Murray Garvin. Officials are ready to get us going. Perfect day outside. Absolutely perfect day outside.
You know, you look at the weather that we've had over the last, 3 or 4 weeks, and then 60-plus temperatures. I think it's a few golf courses that are a little packed today.
I actually thought about mowing the yard before I came over.
Did you really?
Had to dust the snow off just a little bit.
You must have a great lawn if you can mow your yard right now.
Not so great, just a little long. Coppin on the home whites. South Carolina State traveling blues, trimmed in maroon and white numbers and letters. Bottenberg to jump it up with Cedric Council Jr., who dons the new uniform, number 33, because the 5, it's going up on a wall somewhere, folks. Framed and enshrined, if you will, after being torn in the rivalry overtime win over Morgan State.
That's one of those situations, game-worn jersey that could be auctioned off. Who knows where it will end up.
The lead official likes that song, but he said, okay, we're ready to go. Tip controlled by Coppin State. On TV, they will come right to left into your living room. On radio, they go left to right. It's Drummond with it, top side left out of Council Jr. Morgan with it, head of the key to Davis. Davis around the Andrews Fulton screen, bounce it down to Council on the doorstep, power bounce to the left of the lane. He scores off the window. Coppin on top, 2-0. That's the DC special, by the way, that first score off the opening tip.
In the paint.
Far side, Banks the handle. Hands it off to his right to Richardson. Richardson coming left around the screen from Applewhite. Faces, fires, and drained it. Aim is tied at 2 on the James Richardson face-up jumper. Davis and Drummond playing 2-man in the backcourt. Now Davis to the forecourt. As we're about a minute in. Drummond far side left. Skip it back right. Davis wants a 3. Front of the rim, no good. And the long rebound hauled in by Richardson. Richardson now to Banks. Banks top side of the right. Now to Applewhite. Applewhite hands it off high right. On the ball screen handoff. And with the handle, it's Rogers with it. 13 to shoot. Hands it back to Bottenberg. Gave it back to Rogers. 8 to shoot. He's all the way out near the time stripe. Goes right of the lane, floats it up from 10, rimming off. Rebound Morgan. Now for Davis. Davis down to Morgan. Catch and fire 3 off the left wing. Back of the rim, no good. Well, DC, at least he's in the building.
He took a look. He took a deep one. It's interesting they're starting the game off with the zone
Richardson tried to answer the Morgan attempt from distance. Came up empty off the iron. Davis with the handle. Bounce it off. Weak side of the lane. Now to Council. Fights it up with the right hand. Scores again. Set makes it a 4-2 Coppin State lead. Banks has it. Now to Applewhite. Far side of the right. Little Applewhite and Richardson two-man game. Now near side left to Rogers. Applewhite pulls up in the lane. Rim, it lipped off. Rebound to Morgan. Outlet now to Davis. Davis on the run back. Goes left to the lane. Banks is all over him. Karan wants that jumper left of the rim and off. Rebound to Bottenberg.
I think Coach Dixon would say we need a little more patience on that possession.
Top side right. Richardson lost the handle in the lane. Says looking for an outlet. He found Karan Davis coming up the left side. Now for Morgan, left wing behind the arc, and he passes it up to Davis. Back to Morgan, left wing behind the arc. Now to Andrews Fulton. Andrews Fulton left of the lane. Looking. Couple of dribbles to his right. Turns right in the lane. Faces. Fires. Back of the rim. No good. Didn't seem like that was in rhythm.
He was not comfortable at all catching the ball at the post position like he did. I think he was looking to pass.
So now top side right. Banks has it. Bottenberg sets the screen. Banks goes right of it. Out to the right corner. Richardson bounce it down far block. Applewhite going to work on Andrews Fulton. Kicks it back out top side right to Richardson. 5 to shoot. Back between the rings. Launching the three is Banks. Back of the rim, no good. That was a desperation three.
Great defense.
And a rebound to Coppin State and a timeout. It comes with 16:20 to go. Here in the opening half. Shot clock at 29. We're back after a 60-second timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. Out of the Coppin State timeout, which was extended to the full variety as opposed to a 30 ahead of the media timeout. It is Kent Auslander checking in for the first time for Coppin State. Todd Barley alongside athletic director here at Coppin State, Derek Carter. 4-2 Coppin State leading South Carolina State. It's Karan Davis with the handle. Now to Council Jr., far side left. Now back to Davis. Davis into the forecourt. Far side left, Council Jr. Now to Morgan. Morgan coming to his right. Head of the key now to Davis. Davis bounce it off. Council Jr. on the near block. Kicked it out. Morgan. Deep three out of the left corner. Rim it off. And Andrews Fulton, I believe, is fouled on the rebound attempt. It's on Dwayne Banks. That's his first.
They're doing a great job of identifying Council down low. And he's just going to have to finish. It looks like it's been 3 possessions that he's gotten a good shot down there.
5'10 junior out of Virginia Beach. Chennai Raynor Powell checks in for the first time for South Carolina State. Davis to inbound from the baseline. Lob to the top. Andrews Fulton on the catch. Gave it back to Davis, right corner. Coming back to his left toward the head of the key. Lob it off to Andrews Fulton to the free throw line. Kick it out right side. Auslander back head of the key. Davis swings it left to Morgan. Now to Set in the corner. Gave it back to Morgan. Top side right to Davis. Finds Andrews Fulton right of the lane. Blocked on the way up. Pretty sure Applewhite got a big chunk of that. Richardson a three for the lead, and he buries it. 5-4, South Carolina State with their first lead of the day. And Richardson, DC has all 5 for the Bulldogs.
He's shooting the ball well thus far. That was a tough possession because we got the shot that we wanted.
Oslander's got it, coming left, got caught in a double team. Swings it, left corner down to Morgan. Tough catch in that left corner. Backs it out with 10 to shoot. Gave it up to Davis, head of the key with 7. Down to 6. Andrews Fulton on the catch. Skips it left side of Morgan with 4. Runs baseline left and got bumped off. It's on Petrell Rogers out of Florence, South Carolina. That's his first. It also brings Jordan Hardwick to the table, the freshman at 6'7". Morgan's free throw is on the way and good. Ties the game at 5.
Good to see Hardwick in the game early. He sat out for so long with his concussion protocol. But the length that he brings, we need him to play big for us.
So Morgan got them both. 6'5", Coppin back on top. Rogers on the handoff, runs right of the lane. A lot of contact there. It's on Karan Davis. That's his first. Well, not only was there contact, there was a reach and connection. So now Rogers steps in line left. First one's on the way. It's good. Makes it a 6-6 tie with 14:48 to go in the opening half. Second one on the way, it's also good. So Rogers got them both, a 7-6 Bulldog lead as Rogers will exit, and for the first time, Dante Wright checks in. Council and Davis playing two-man in the backcourt. Now Karan in the forecourt, left of the jump circle. Davis bounce it right side. Oslander kick it out right corner. Council wants a 3. That was an awkward spinning 3. Up the right side, penetration and a kick out. Richardson with it. Pulls up from 15, left of the rim and off. Council the rebound, and we have a whistle and I believe a hook. Oh, it's on Applewhite. That's his first.
Fooled me there. I thought they called it on Council. That's why I was a little puzzled. What did he do?
Yeah, when he went 35, I went, did we misidentify? And then he went blue. That changed everything. Yeah. Damani Taylor checks in for South Carolina State. Damani goes 6'9", 305 out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. App State is on his collegiate resume.
He's a big guy. This is the first time they're in man.
Davis trying to use a screen.
It's
and
that call again.
There's Said with the personal, setting a moving screen. That's his first. Well, I'm here to tell you, if Taylor sets a screen, you're going to know about it. My goodness. 305 and chiseled at that.
South Carolina State has a pretty good football program down there. I would think Coach Pugh was after him.
Rainer Powell's got it. Far side of the right. Penetration and kick out. Right around the horn. Back to Rainer Powell to the doorstep. 5 to shoot. Turns left of the lane. Bounced it off into traffic. 3 to shoot as its last touch by Council out of bounds. Andrews Fulton is back. Richardson will exit for the first time. Justin Jones, the 6'2 sophomore for the Bulldogs, checks in. Rainer Powell to inbound, looks, gets it in far right corner. 3 balls on the way, rimming off out of the hands of the Bulldogs on that triple try. Davis with it, far side left. Down to Andrews Fulton. Far block trying to back his way in. Lob to the top. Morgan on the catch. Lost it on the way by. Hands it off to Andrews Fulton. Gave it back to Morgan. Thought about a three. He traveled. Oh, they're going to call a moving screen on Andrews Fulton. That's his first. He says, Taylor's hanging on to me, man.
That's, he set the screen, but the guy's so big.
So Morgan checks out for Coppin State. Lucian Brownlee checks in for the first time. 13-10 and counting here in the opening half. It's South Carolina State leading Coppin State 7-6. Left side, a floater, rimming off for Rainer Powell. Rebound came down to Jordan Hardwick. Now to Karan Davis. He took one right in the teeth. Fouled by Rainer Powell. That's his first. .12:55 to go in the opening half. Our lead official was double checking the clock to make sure there was not immediate timeout. No, you're a minute ahead of schedule. Davis with it, far side left. Left of the jump circle. Tried to use the Hardwick screen about 3 times. Finally uses it going to the right. Skip it out left side. Auslander sets the feet. Wants the three. Left of the rim and off. Rebound Rainer Powell, at which point Taylor said, I'm the bigger fella. Give me the rebound. And an illegal screen set by Taylor.
That was a great call by the fifth. Taylor's a big guy, and he's throwing his weight around. He got caught. I think that foul got him put on the bench, too.
It does. Bottenberg is back for South Carolina State. He gets to the spot so quickly, DC. And then that 3:05.
3:05 is a problem in any sport.
Brownlee now for Andrews Fulton, top side left. Facing up on Bottenberg. Ball screen hand off that Auslander. Auslander coming to his left. Left of the lane. Picked it up. Bounce it back to Morgan. Got caught in traffic. Gave it up to Hardwick. Swings it all the way back to Auslander. 10 to shoot. Kent takes a step in. Launches the three and ends up seated. And the foul, I believe, is going to be on Dante Wright. And Auslander's going to get 3 free throws.
I don't think South Carolina State's head coach is going to be pleased that Dante Wright bailed him out like that. Kent was probably 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc.
That's a foul you cannot give.
No, that's a shot. You let him take that shot.
First one's on the way and good. Ties the game at 7. Second one, not so much. He'll have a third. Auslander puts Coppin State back on top at 8-7 on the 4th lead change. Jones between the rings now to Rainer Powell. Defended by Morgan. Top side left, right going to work, draws the double team, tries to reverse out of it. Gave it up for a runner, and Kennard got fouled on the way up or just lost it out of bounds? Lost it out of bounds.
I think he just lost possession.
Brings us to the media timeout at 11:54 to go opening half. Coppin State back in front of South Carolina State 8-7, back at 60 seconds on the Coppin State Sports Network. Back courtside at the PEC here at Coppin State University. Todd Bartley alongside the athletic director here at Coppin State, Derek Carter. 8-7 Coppin State leads South Carolina State. 13 seconds to shoot. Inbound comes to Jones. Pulls up from 12. Missed everything wide to the right. Last touched, I believe, by Chad Andrews Fulton out of bounds. 10 seconds to shoot. Inbound comes to right once again. Swings it near side left to Jones. Jones facing up with 6. Down to 5 on the bounce, far side right. Line, lane, lost it, and what do we got?
Jump ball.
Two seconds remaining on the shot clock. Baseline inbound. Bouncing into Kennard. Blocked on the way up. Shot clock violation. What a job by 6'7" Jordan Hardwick to go up there, DC, and swat it away.
Exactly. His length came as a positive then. You know, he's so tall and long that situations like that, he's going to create problems for people.
So now Brownlee handles, try to get it to Chad Andrews Fulton. Oslander ends up with the possession right corner. Almost a turnover. Now to Brownlee, head of the key. Shot clock to 10. Andrews Fulton facing up. Down to the doorstep, intended for Morgan. Picked off. Threw it right in the hands of Rainer Powell. On the bounce left of the lane. Kicks it out left corner. Jones with it. Kicks it out left corner again to Rainer Powell. He'll come all the way back between the rings and reset it. Rainer Powell, top side right corner. 3 ball for Jones is on the way and good. Makes it a 10-8 Bulldog lead at the 10:51 mark of the opening half.
Coppin has an interesting lineup in the game with Brownlee at the point. This is the first I've seen of this one.
Brownlee in the jump circle. Hardwick pops out top side right. Now to Morgan. Morgan draws a double team for a moment. Now swings it far side up to Brownlee. Penetration off the left side. Steps inside the arc. Wants the jumper. Back of the rim. No good. And Hardwick the rebound. And I believe he was fouled. It's on Wright, his second. That's the 7th team foul on South Carolina State. It brings Cedric Council Jr. back at the table. He'll replace Jordan Hardwick. So Chad Andrews Fulton at the free throw line, puts the front end on the way, rim it off. Rebound to Bottenberg. Keep it a 10-8 Bulldog lead. Bottenberg on the catch. Hands it back between the rings now. Dante Wright with the handle. Bottenberg sets the screen. Wright goes right of the screen, floats it up the lane, rim it off. Rebound Andrews Fulton, had it knocked loose. Morgan with it in space, bounce it back to Brownlee. Halfway home in the first half, it's 10-8, South Carolina State leading Coppin State. Brownlee, top side of the right. Now for Morgan, left side Brownlee. Hesitation dribble, kicks it out right side. Morgan wants a 3 and drains it. And Coppin back on top at 11-10.
The range of his three-point shots, it's amazing.
5th lead change of the opening half. Left to right. Rainer Powell with it. Swings it out far side of the right. Coming back to his left is Jones. Kicks it out far side right. Spin move to his left. And Kennard's jumper is blocked out of bounds with 4 to shoot.
We've seen this, 4 or 5 times now that the shot clock is really below 5 seconds and they're taking the ball out, which translates to great defense that Coppin State is playing.
Applewhite and Richardson back for South Carolina State. Off the inbound. Neal with it. Now to Applewhite. Faces, fires at the shot clock horn. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Morgan. Now to Davis. Davis head of the key. Now for Council Jr. Back to Davis on the right wing. 15 to shoot. Bounce it right corner. Brownlee a catch and fire 3. Right of the rim, no good. Council Jr. the rebound. Steps right, fires it up over Applewhite. Can't get it, but Andrews Fulton cleans it up and scores. 13-10 Coppin, little 5-0 run.
You started off talking about inside play of South Carolina State. Well, the inside play of Coppin State has been pretty good.
Richardson puts it on the way, back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Brownlee. Now for Davis. Davis at the free throw line, swings it up to Brownlee. Thought about a three, hesitation dribble, thought about a step back. Now finds Council facing up on Bottenberg. Now back to Davis, 15 to shoot. Head of the key, three on the way, right of the rim, no good. Rebound to Jones. He'll race it back right to left. Far side of the right. Neal's got the handle. Swings it back to Jones. Back to Neal. He'll reset it. Neal swings it near side left to Richardson. Bounce it down near block. 10 to shoot. Applewhite swings it up to the free throw line out of Bottenberg. Kicks it out right side. Jones wants a three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound Davis. He comes back and basically a 1-on-4 DC and backs it out. Morgan says, I got the three from distance. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Jones. Quickly up the floor, right at the rim. Unable to tap it home as Richardson, but there's Applewhite to clean it up. 13-12, Coppin by 1. Under 7.5 to go, first half.
Had Morgan made the three, it would have been a great shot and the place would have erupted, but it really wasn't a good shot. A little more patience is needed.
So now Davis with it. Head of the key, hesitation dribble left of the lane. Reverse it off to Council Jr. Fights it up, back of the rim, no good. Davis the rebound, and we have a whistle and what? A foul call, I believe, on South Carolina State, or is it on Sed? Sed picking up his second. It brings us to the under 8 media timeout. It's 7:09 to go. First half, Coppin State leads South Carolina State 13-12. Back after this timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. Back courtside at the PEC here at Coppin State University. Tom Bartley alongside Derek Carter, the athletic director here at Coppin State. Eagles a 1-point lead on South Carolina State, 13-12. Up the right side, Richardson on the catch. Bounce it down for Kennard. Kennard defended by Auslander. Under 7 minutes to go in the half. It comes back near side left to Rogers. Rogers goes left of the screen from Applewhite. Penetration left of the lane, glass and good for Neal. 14-13. Bulldogs back on top. 6:40 to go, first half. Brownlee's got it, head of the key. Swings it far side left now for Davis. Davis swings it back to Brownlee. Brownlee on the bounce. Right corner kick to Auslander. Back to Brownlee, 10 to shoot. Tried to feed it inside to Chad Andrews-Fulton, and the over-the-top feed on the turnover was too tall for Richardson and out of bounds.
Unfortunately, they got excited on the break and threw the ball away.
So now Davis the handle coming left to right. Closing in on 6:15 to go, first half. Auslander on the catch out of the key. Right side Brownlee coming left to the Auslander screen. Near side left to Davis. He wants a three. It's on the way and good. Karan Davis. And Coppin State back on top, 16-14. Neal the handle in the jump circle. Going right at the screen from Kennard. to the right elbow. Dumped it down to Applewhite. His 10-foot rainbow's on the way and good.
You're right about a rainbow. That was a lot of art for a 10-foot shot.
Ties the game at 16. Our second not up in this game. Oslander to Morgan. Left side to Davis. Tried to go left. He dropped the shoulder and forearm right into the body of his defender, Rashawn Neal, and Davis picks up his second.
That was great anticipation by Neal. You know, when you run an offense and you're running the play for so many consecutive times, they start guessing. It was a good job on his part, though.
Neal with the rock, coming right to left on radio. Opposite on TV. Trey Thomas heading to the table for Coppin State. Hesitation dribble right of the lane by Rogers. Can't get it to drop. Davis taps it free to Morgan. He got bumped off from behind by Richardson. That'll be his first, the Darlington, South Carolina product. South Carolina State well over the limit of 17 fouls. Hardwick's back, Thomas is back, Brownlee and Karan Davis will take seats. So Morgan with a 1 and bonus for the Eagles. Front end's on the way and good. Morgan now with 6. 17-16, Coppin back in front. Second attempt, good. Lamar Morgan now with 7. 18-16, DC, South Carolina State with the ball, trailing by 2.
This is a big possession. We got 5 minutes left in the first half.
Thomas hedging on Neal. Neal got to the lane and waved everything off. He traveled. Nice help defense there from Hardwick, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's good to see Trey Thomas in the game. He's been absent from a couple of games, so we have to get him back in the rotation and get a little confidence on his part.
Oslander to the handle. Top side of the right. Penetration. Lost it. Got it back. Andrews Fulton wants that rock on the far side of the lane. It's turned over. Over the top feed. Near side left Rogers. Rogers with it. Left of the jump circle. Hands it off to Neal. Neal trying to go right. Right side behind the arc. Picks it up with 13 to shoot. Feeds it far block. Oslander off his feet, back of the rim, no. On the first attempt for Rogers, he taps it up and good, give him 4. We're deadlocked at 18, 4:10 to go, first half. Thomas, ball screen handoff back to Andrews Fulton. Threw it up to the side of the window on a loose ball situation.
He just lost control of the ball.
Hardwick trying to save it in, but it was already out of bounds.
Yeah.
Bulldogs a chance to regain the lead. Neal the handle, coming to the forecourt. Under 4 minutes to go, first half. Deadlocked at 18. Neal goes left to the screen, got to the elbow, down to the doorstep. Nice move, glass and good for Richardson. That was a blur. 2018, South Carolina State back on top.
Yeah, whoever's covering the point guard has got to keep him on one side of the court. That's the whole strategy of Coach Dixon's defense, is to let them pick a side.
Oslander with it, head of the key, coming right. Bounce it down to Andrews Fulton, going to work. Hooks it up with the right hand, rim it, trickled off. Rebound to Kennard. Quick outlet to Neal, runs it in the lane, floats it up, and teardrops it home. 22-18, South Carolina State on a 6-0 run. They lead by 4, 3 minutes to go first half. Andrews Fulton facing up, hands it off to Oslander. Coming right to the Andrews Fulton screen. Andrews Fulton is doing some serious combat on that block with Rogers. Got it to the doorstep and scores. Give him 4, make it 22-20, Bulldogs.
He earned that shot. He was hungry and aggressive in the inside, and he got the 2 points that he wanted.
2:40 to go, opening half, 19 to shoot. And do we have a double foul? Yes. Kennard with his first. And Hardwick his first. That brings us to the under 4 media timeout. A 2:40 to go first half. It's now South Carolina State 22, Coppin State 20. Back after this timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. Tom Barley joined by Derek Carter here courtside at the PEC. And in the opening half, South Carolina State's done a much better job of taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, you look at the turnover margin. Coppin State has 8 turnovers versus 3 for South Carolina State. Needless to say, that has to change.
So off the double foul call, I believe, did they go possession arrow or just keep the possession at 19? They keep the possession
They keep the
at 19.
possession, absolutely.
Applewhite, a ball screen handoff. Neal turns right, got to the doorstep, couldn't get it to drop. Offensive rebound came down to Kennard, fights it up, rimming off again. Offensive rebound to Neal, ducks in sweetly and scores. How about the head fake? 24-20 Bulldogs, 2:19 to go.
He went amongst the trees, didn't he? And made a smart move. Head fake and scored.
Davis with it, right of the Andrews Fulton screen. Coming to his left at the head of the key. Neal is draped all over him. Now to Morgan. Gallops left of the lane, draws contact. And he'll get free throws on the 10th Bulldog team foul. I believe it's double bonus time after Kennard's second personal.
I love seeing Lamar Morgan go to the hole. I'm so used to seeing him launch his threes.
DC, is that something that he needs to incorporate even more because of everybody closing him out?
I think he will, because the scouting reports are going to be that he's the shooter. He's going to shoot the threes. So they're hedging out on him so far that he should be able to put the ball on the floor and go around people as the season progresses.
24-21, Morgan with his 5th free throw make in this opening half. Second one's on the way and good. Morgan now with 9. 24-22, South Carolina State with the lead and the ball. Neal coming across the time stripe in the jump circle. Swings it high left now to Richardson. Left side swing now to Rogers. Rogers coming to his right. Swings it out left side. Richardson wants a 3. It's on the way back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound yanked down by Jones. He'll reset it to Rogers. 95 seconds to go first half. Coppin trails South Carolina State by 2. Oh, Neal just traveled. Gave it up to Jones. Jones runs in the lane. Wave it off. It's an offensive foul. We agree. There were steps before the charge.
Exactly.
We'll take the call either way.
Well, I think he knew it too. There's a word for that, but I'm not going to say make-up call.
I understand. Auslander, top side left now to Morgan. Morgan, after a bounce, gave it up to Davis, head of the key. Davis approaching head of the key with 15 to shoot. Trying to take Neal off the bounce. He did. Nifty spin move to the right, try to dump it down. Being unselfish, and gave it up for a right-hand rim rocker for Patrell Rogers. Give him 6. 26-22.
Davis has got to shoot that ball.
Andrews Fulton on the catch, the right elbow. Hands it off to Trey Thomas. Going right, he traveled. And, of course, he drains the shot after the turnover. Critical, 50.6 to go here to keep it a 4-point margin. Neal and Applewhite getting the play call. And a timeout, South Carolina State. That comes with 43.3 to go in the opening half. We'll keep it right here. And I got word earlier this week about one team, one dream, one dance. The 2018 MEAC basketball tournament is right around the corner. Tickets are now on sale. This year's tournament runs from March 5th to the 10th. Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. For more information, log on to MEACHoops.com. Tickets can be purchased in the athletic ticket office or through Ticketmaster.com. That's the 2018 MEAC basketball tournament, March 5th through the 10th in Norfolk, Virginia. And D.C., special news this week about the broadcasts. We're doing the games.
That's right. That's right. We're looking forward to it.
It's going to be an awesome time. Having
Well, the
spent time.
the MEAC tournament is a great time anyway, and everyone erases the slate, and everybody goes into the tournament, no wins, no losses, and of course you want to be playing well at the tournament, but anything can happen, and it's going to be an exciting time in Norfolk.
Both teams looking to have a great time, both the men and the women right now. Both teams playing well, knock on wood. As we turn the corner to conference slate. 13 to shoot, head fake by Jones, pulls up from 10 and drains it. Jones now with 5. 28-22, South Carolina State. Shot clock turned off, 20 seconds and rolling, closing out the opening half. Thomas, defended by Neal, finds Chad Andrews-Fulton. They went for the steal. He dumped it off to Morgan. Glass no good. Tap followed by Hardwick, and that's good. 28-24, Coppin needs a stop. Launching with 10 to go. Way too fast for Richardson. 3 seconds to go in the half. Thomas, head of the key, will let fly with a 3. Glass no good. At the end of the first half, it is now South Carolina State 28, Coppin State 24. Back with the sounds of the first half after you hear this on the Coppin State Sports Network. 4-1 in steals for South Carolina State. Big numbers in the opening half, 12 of 33 for 36.4% for South Carolina State. 2 of 5 from 3, perfect at the line, 2 of 2. For Coppin, 7 of 23, that's 30.4% from the floor. 2 of 10 from 3, that's 20%. 8 of 10 at the line, that's 80%. So, DC, what does Coppin State have to do in the second half to clean things up and get out of here with a home win?
Well, first thing, I think we start with that turnover margin. You know, you're not going to win games making mistakes. So let's start with the turnovers. And then, you know, if you just look at the half, we played okay, but we didn't play a what I would call a strong half. So I think a little bit of that might be just a hangover of the Morgan win. But hopefully Coach Dixon has said what he needed to say for the second half so that we can play better. I don't think South Carolina has done anything that we shouldn't be prepared for.
Well, the other interesting turn in the opening half, Drummond got the start, didn't score, and hasn't been seen or heard from since. So hopefully he didn't get hurt. So let's do this. I'll have him borrow yours. How about that? I'll have him borrow yours if that's all right. So at the break, you're good right there. Joined now at the half by assistant associate head coach John Oslander, and DC and I were just breaking down that opening half. First thing on the checklist is turnovers.
Yeah, no, they had 13 points off of turnovers, and then I believe 6 second chance points. So our first shot defense was great. They only had 9 points off of that, but we got to box out and rebound, and we got to take care of the ball.
How's Drummond doing?
He's sick. We got a couple guys sick. We're fighting through, but that's no excuse. We got to come ready to play. If you lace them up, you got to compete and bring energy.
How big is the size? No pun intended with big and size in the same sentence, by the way. But how tough is their size to compete with at 6'8" across that front line?
You know, part of it was Cedric Council got in foul trouble. Him and Chad have been great for us. They've been doing a great job on the boards of late. You know, and he was playing well offensively, too, and getting us some easy baskets, so that hurt us. You know, I don't think it's the size. I think we got to lock in. We got to hit bodies first. Okay, we can't just, you know, go crashing in and make it a jumping contest.
Sounds like keys the second half.
Sounds like the keys? Yeah. We got to rebound, and we got to take care of the ball, and we'll be fine.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There it is. Coach Oslander. I'll ask him later on. We get more time instead of at the half about the dynamic of coaching a family member, what that's like. With the dynamic of coaching a family member that's on that roster, what that dynamic's like. Yeah. I'll ask him when we get a different time as opposed to a halftime when it's highly competitive, 28-24 South Carolina State.
That's a great question, though. You know, you've seen father and son scenarios, but you don't really see a brother, a big brother, younger
exactly.
brother. Yeah.
I mean, I get the dynamic as a youth soccer coach coaching my kids. That's a whole nother deal, but I mean, you're Division I level.
Yeah, that's a high level.
That's a different dynamic altogether. So we got keys to the second half, rebounding first thing, and then not just crashing into a body, actually making it count, going to the glass and getting that rebound or finish.
Yeah, we have to. I'm laughing at our women's team had a great victory. And then you see Chance leading the young ladies in dancing in the bleachers. Good to see the students having fun, though.
Team effort, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what this is about. Is you really want your student athletes to they play hard, they practice hard, you know, they work hard in the classroom. So when they can have fun and do some things, just as far as being a student, and that's what the young ladies on our women's team right now, they're just being students.
7 bodies today. 7.
That was it. Yeah.
And they win 56-39.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Burrows was concerned that you know, he only had limited bodies, but they got the win.
Boy, did Chance play well? Candace Beverly played well. The 7 he had kept it together, and they fought through foul trouble too.
And you know, we talk about the women setting the tone for the day. And it's important that our women, play well and win the game, and then the men have to do their part. So, what are we down? We're down 4. Haven't played well. Got to, again, fix that turnover deficit, and we might be okay.
Well, and Karan picking up 2 early ones didn't help either.
Right.
We mentioned going into the second half, heading into the halftime, he was held to 3.
Yeah. Did we find out what's going on with Drummond?
Sick.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of that going around right now.
I took my flu shot. I don't know about you. I did. It's basketball teams, though. It's they travel a lot. They reduce their resistance levels. So it's hard to stay healthy during basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you got the weather, and it's 61 day and 12 below the next.
Around a lot of people all the time, and here we go.
Down by 4, starting the second half, 28-24, South Carolina State. Davis coming right to left to Council. That's on radio, on TV. It's opposite. Keandre Fair checked in to begin the second half, his first action of the night. Plays 2-man with Davis. Davis wants the 3 and bottoms to begin the second half. Karan Davis cuts it to 1. 28-27, Bulldogs by 1. Their first possession of the second half. Neal runs the show, and we've seen very few minutes out of Banks, who was the starting lead guard, and now Neal has basically run the show since he came into the game. Far side left, Rogers wants a 3, rimming off. Rebound to Morgan. All to the top to Davis. Karan to the head of the key. Bounce it off to Andrews Fulton. Goes to the doorstep. Count it, and a foul. Andrews Fulton now with 6. The foul, I believe, on Bottenberg would be his first. And Coppin back on top at 29-28.
That was a great look by Davis in seeing Chad Andrew Fulton. So he can complete the 3-point play.
That's almost like Coach Dixon running the point back in the day. Isn't it?
Coach Dixon and the point. Coach Dixon was shooting jump shots. I don't know if Steve Blake would agree that Dixon was running the point.
Not a break? An occasional break every now and again?
Maybe. I think Dixon would have pulled up on that, though.
29-28, Coppin by 1. A minute gone by second half. Glancing jumper for Richardson, left iron. Rebound to Morgan, now to Davis. I think you're right. He would have shot it. Davis put it behind his back, got it pinned on his own back. Gave it up to Andrews Fulton. Facing up the left elbow. Hands it back to Davis. Davis trying to come left to the Andrews Fulton screen. Wants a 3 again. Got it in traffic. Karan Davis now with 9. Now Coppin's up by 4.
That was a great way to come out of the second half. Need this defensive intensity to maintain.
This is a 10-0 run. Having been down 28-22, 32-28 Coppin State. Neal had it deflected. 7 to shoot. Richardson floats it up with the right hand. Rimming off. Rebound Andrews Fulton. Quick outlet now for Davis. Davis up the right side. Backs it out, and he'll reset it. Picks up the bounce. Now for Andrews Fulton. Andrews Fulton at the elbow. Facing up on Richardson. Fires it up. Back of the rim. No good. Rebound Applewhite. Back the other way comes Neal. Neal up the right side. Richardson now to Neal. He'll reset it with 23 to shoot. Neal top side right. Defended by Fair. Takes him off the bounce. Left of the lane. Got caught. Hands it off. A fadeaway for Applewhite's good. Give him 6. The lead cut to 2 at 32-30 Coppin State. 17-15 to go. Second half. Karan Davis, top side left. Uses the said screen. Now to Fair. Right side around the Andrews Fulton screen. Swings it right corner. Into the hands of Morgan. Morgan, right block with a fadeaway. It's on the way. Good. Lamar Morgan with 11. Just tell him it was a 3. He'll feel better. 34-30.
That was a new wrinkle on his offensive game, wasn't it?
Top side left. Richardson the handle. Backing it out, head of the key now is Rogers. Rogers with it. 9 to shoot. He's all the way out to the time stripe. Swings it right side for Neal. It's off his leg and out of bounds. That's a tough catch.
I was curious to see how Fair was going to handle, starting the second half, and great defensively on the possession. And eventually, I think you're going to start seeing him getting more on the floor of the offense because he's a great shooter.
So Davis with it. Uses the Andrews Fulton screen. Swings it left corner. Cedric Council Jr. coming to his right. Stops in the lane. Tried to fight it past Applewhite, and he traveled.
He picked that pivot foot up. All he had to do was keep his foot down, and he would have gotten fouled.
You think he was expecting more contact on the catch?
Yeah, and he's not a put the ball on the floor. I like what I saw, but he's not used to putting the ball on the floor.
16-13 and counting, second half. Coppin by 4, 34-30. Top side left. Rogers, and off the ball, we got a whistle, and what? It's on Council Jr. That's his third. That comes with 16:05 to go.
We may see Hartwood get a call soon.
Richardson, check that. Rainer Powell to inbound the basketball, lobs it into Applewhite, powers it up and scores. Give him 8, 34-32, Coppin by 2. Just under 16 minutes to go. Davis with it, left of the jump circle. Andrews Fulton sets the screen. Top side left, 16 to shoot. Chad sets another screen. Davis lost the handle off his shoot top. Left to right, Richardson on the run back. He lost the handle on the way up, throws it up to the rim. No, but a whistle and a foul. He'll have free throws coming when we come back. 15:37 to go. Here in the second half, Morgan picks up the foul. Coppin leads South Carolina State 34-32. Back after this timeout of the Coppin State Sports Network. Back courtside of the PEC, Todd Barley alongside Derek Carter, athletic director here at Coppin State University. Rebounding margin +1 to Coppin State. Turnover margin -7.
-7.
So Richardson will go to the free throw line. Trying to tie this game at 34. First free throw is on the way. Back of the rim, no good. On the year at the line, 63%. Second one's on the way, good. Splits a pair. Richardson now with 8 points, makes it a 1-point Coppin lead at 34-33. Oslander checked in for Coppin State during the media timeout. Morgan's got it. Now to Davis right at the jump circle. Shot clock closing in on 15. Now to Oslander near side left. Fair with it. Coming right to the head of the key. Now to Davis with 10. Coming back to his left to Fair. Fair with it. Back to Davis with 6 to shoot. Top side right. Davis coming left. Bounce it near side left. Fair cut to the basket. He was expecting him to stay on the wing. And it's a turnover.
Not a good possession. it looked like Fair and Davis were not on the same page at all.
Top side to the right. Rainer Powell, not a Bottenberg. Top side left. Rogers on the bounce. Shoved Davis away, and it's going to be a missed shot. Andrews Fulton the rebound now for Davis. Davis into the forecourt. Now to Morgan. Morgan steps it left. Kick it out to Fair in the corner for three. It's on the way. Good. DeAndre Fair's first field goal makes it 37-33 Coppin State. Into the key, Applewhite. Far side left out of Rogers. Rogers coming to his right around the Bottenberg screen. Lost the handle. Gave it up near side right to Rainer Powell. He'll come back left around the Applewhite screen. Left of the lane, reverse it off. Applewhite faces up over Andrews Fulton and scores. 37-35.
He's not afraid to put a little arc on that shot, is he?
We talked about the length.
Yeah.
My goodness, did he have to use all of it. That ball is kicked out of bounds by Applewhite. Change being made. Wright's going to replace Rogers in the South Carolina State lineup with 14:07 to go. Coppin by 2 at 37-35. Kennard is back, replacing Bottenberg. Inbound to Davis. Far side right. Coming near side left. Morgan wants a catch and fire three. Good. That barely touched the twine. 40-35. Coppin by 5. Far side left floater is on the way across the iron. No good, out of the hands of Richardson. Karan Davis on the run back. 1-on-3. Left of the lane fadeaway is on the way. Good. Karan Davis backpedaling the other way. It's now 42-35 Eagles.
How much confidence did he show on that?
I would say a lot. Left hand hook. Applewhite rimming off. Davis the other way again. Head of the key. Auslander's calling for it. Shovels it right corner. Fair wants another three. Rimming off. He's human.
Yeah.
He knocks that one down. Bulldogs are taking timeout. It's a good look. So now Rainer Powell's got it. Hands it off top side left. Richardson. Defended by Morgan. Coming right of the screen. Set by Kennard. Swings it right side. 9 to shoot. Rainer Powell has it. Going right corner. Tried to baseline. That's shut off. Applewhite turning right. He's fouled by Morgan. What a bailout with 3 to shoot. Morgan with his second.
Yeah, Morgan's got to know better than that. Applewhite is pretty active. He's long and very active.
So now the inbound with 20 to shoot comes from Rainer Powell. Wright and Davis apparently exchanging pretty significant Facebook messages to the point that the official came over and had a little conversation with him. Scoop with the right-handed score by Justin Jones. Give him 7. 42-37. Coppin by 5. 12:35 to go. Oslander and Davis playing two-man in the backcourt. Now Davis across the time stripe into the forecourt. He's defended by Wright. Far side right. Morgan wants a three. Rim, it spins off. Rebound Applewhite up the left side now. For Rainer Powell, he wants an answer three. Hit the underside of the net. It goes out of bounds. Sed's coming back with 3 fouls and 4 points.
That was an ugly shot.
Check out.
That was an ugly shot.
That's the athletic director of Coppin State. If you want to message him or email him, that was him, not me. You think he wants it back?
No, I mean, you play the game long enough. It happens, but I'm sure he wants that one back.
Morgan topside right. Gave it up to Davis. Davis between the rings against the 2-3 zone. Looks right, fires left to Fair. Now to Oslander, left of the lane. Give it back to Fair, left corner. 8 to shoot. Keandre kicks it topside right. Morgan catch and fire three. Good again. Morgan now with 17. 45-37. Coppin again by 8. 11:40 to go.
Great ball movement by Coppin. Morgan made the shot. That was the type of possessions we need to see.
Rainer Powell, topside right. Kick it out right corner. Hand off Jones. Gave it up right side to right. 7 to shoot. Right faces, fires from 3. Rim it off. Rebound Morgan. Taps it to himself. Outlet now to Karan Davis. He'll settle everything down.
Morgan has that look in his eye.
Top side left, Morgan from the MEAC logo. Drains another one. Lamar Morgan with 20.
He set up right in front of Coach Dixon, and Coach Dixon, when he got the ball, said, shoot it, shoot it.
48-37. Compton. Morgan going off. 20 in the game, 11 and a half. 10:55 to go. Eagles by a Well, I got news for you. NCAA just called, DC. They're working on the Lamar Morgan 4-point shot. Are you kidding me? From 30 to 32 feet?
You know, Coach Dixon, we heard Coach Dixon say, shoot the ball. You know, when
he's standing on the E and A and MEAC.
Well, but when you have a head coach who was a shooting guard rather than a point guard, he's going to give that green light to the perimeter guys.
I take a bit of exception to the point guard thing. I'll come back to it here in a minute. I'll tell you why. Rainer Powell, top side left, 8 to shoot. Goes to work head of the key. Bounce it near side of the right. A 3 ball's on the way. Rim and off. On the Jones attempt, on the rebound. Morgan went up for that rebound, and he is going to have his teammate Cedric Council Jr. called for his 4th foul. That comes with 10.5 to go, and here comes Hardwick back to the table.
That was a great example on when you're rebounding on defense, you have to move your feet. You know, he's reaching over the top, but you have to move your feet and get in position. I'm sure that's what the coaches are going to tell him.
Compton leads South Carolina State 48-37, 10.5 to go. Changes when we come back. Backcourt side of the PEC, Tom Bartley alongside Derek Carter. DC made a comment a moment ago that Coach Dixon was not necessarily a point guard back in his playing days, more of a shooting guard. I took exception to that by saying, well, I like the point guard idea. Coach Williams used to point where he needed him to go on the floor, and then he'd shoot it. Would you agree with that?
That's your kind of point guard.
That's the point guard. He did not meet his shot he did not like back in the day, did he?
Well, neither has Lamar Morgan. Here he comes.
Top side left. Launches another one. Got another one. That was only 29 feet.
Wow.
51-37. The lead has ballooned to 14. Morgan now with 23. Answer three is on the way by Richardson and good. Give him 11.
They matched it. That was a big shot by South Carolina State because we're on this barrage of three-pointers. But it was a great job coming out of the timeout and the execution that Coach Dixon wanted to get Morgan to get that three.
The run is currently 22-12. And now Davis on the bounce. Illegal screen on Hardwick. That's his second. They were trying to get Morgan, I believe, again on the reversal to this side.
They were. We're at the point now where Coppin is up by 11 points, and we cannot lose the intensity.
Penetration by Wright. Gave it up to Rainer Powell. Back to Wright, 13 to shoot. Hands it off to his right. Richardson, a fadeaway, is on the way over Morgan. Rim and off. Morgan with the rebound. Up the right side now to Davis. Davis, left of the lane. Fading away, rim and off, and the rebound to Hardwick, and he's fouled. Kennard the foul. That's his third. Non-shooting foul comes with 9:06 to go. Davis on the inbound. Oslander right side behind the arc. Taken Apple went off the bounce. Gave it up to Davis. Back to Oslander, right corner. Jump stop in the lane. Bounce it back to Davis. 15 to shoot. Hardwick set the screen and then a hand check call. Check that. They called that on Hardwick. That's his third.
I didn't see it. He said two hands. Obviously on that high screen, Hardwick did something that the official didn't like.
So was it palms out and then maybe a reach?
Well, I mean, he was setting a high screen. Maybe he tried to grab the guy a little bit.
So now Hardwick will check out. Pull up off the right side. I think Fair got a piece of that shot on the way up out of the hand of Rainer Powell.
That was good defense by Fair. He did get his hands on the ball.
And it's coming back to Coppin State. With that, here comes very steady hand Rashawn Neal. 6 points in the opening half. And DC, he did a fine job for the Bulldogs running their offense.
He made a difference on the first half, so we'll see how he does now, but he definitely impacted the first half.
So Morgan is now defended by Richardson. And Richardson unafraid to put a body on Morgan, who catches head of the key, goes right past him, left side three on the way, good again. Lamar Morgan with 26.
Sometimes you're just feeling it.
54-40. 8:12 to go. Line to the lane, fighting one up glass, no, is Rogers. And I believe Chad Andrews Fulton just picked up his second. Morgan has 6 threes in this game. He had 7 in the overtime win against Morgan State. So he's one off, matching his career and season high. Brownlee checks back in for Coppin State. Rogers now with 7, make it 8 as he got both free throw line to the right from our vantage point. 54-42. Coppin by 12 as we approach 8 minutes to go. Davis with it between the rings. Hands it off to Andrews Fulton. Chad's coming to his left. Ball screen handoff back to Davis. Davis left in a lane. We're going the other way. Andrews Fulton, an illegal screen, his third. That'll bring us to the Under 8 media timeout here in the second half. Coppin State leads South Carolina State 54-42 back after this timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. So here in the second half for Coppin State, they lead 54-42, and since they came out of the locker room, it's been the Lamar Morgan show. 6 threes in this game, including 5 here in the second half. Coppin now has a +6 rebound margin, but the turnovers, 16-5.
Wow.
I do like the 8 assists on 18 made field goals.
No, that's good. That's good. It's going to be interesting that how Coach Garvin figures out a way to slow down Lamar Morgan.
South Carolina State the ball. 3 ball off the left side. Never got there out of the hand of Dante Wright. It's last touch by Coppin State out of bounds with 7:40 to go. 21 seconds on the shot clock.
I can't believe that's the shot Coach Garvin wanted coming out of that timeout.
So we'll invite everybody who's not here today. Come on out. Maryland Eastern Shore here Monday night, 5:30, 7:30. Don't miss the hidden gem here in Baltimore.
Absolutely. And you know, UMES is an in-state school.
And they can play.
They
Everybody's
can play.
healthy again.
They can play. They'll shoot the ball on you.
Pull up right side by Applewhite. Goes wide left, out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Remember a couple of years ago, I was doing a broadcast of their game with another school, and they were down 3 different guards and still made it a game.
Yeah. They presented some problems for us last year, I know, with how effectively they shot the 3 ball.
Andrews Fulton head of the key. Picks up the bounce. Gave it back to Karan Davis. Davis between the rings. Comes left of the screen. Picks up the bounce. Left corner Oslander. 8 to shoot. Back to Davis head of the key. Tried to get it inside to Andrews Fulton. Stolen away. Left to right is Jones on the run back right to the doorstep and finishing with the right hand is Rogers. Give him 10.
And that's another turnover for Coppin, too.
10-point margin. 6:40 to go. Davis, defended by Neal, picks up the bounce. Turned it over again. Neal on the run back, gave it up to Richardson. Faces, fires, rimming off. Rebound to Brownlee. Brownlee into the forecourt across the time stripe, defended by Richardson. Puts it behind his back. Richardson's all over him. Now back out of the key to Davis. 15 to shoot, live inside Andrews Fulton, and on the catch, he's fouled by Applewhite.
That was good high-low basketball. Davis is playing a very good game, but the turnovers are going to have to cease.
DC, that was a high feed on the high-low, as opposed to that bounce on the high-low.
No, it was, and it was a good entry pass, and he did it the way that he needs to do it.
Davis on the inbound, gave it right to Chad Andrews Fulton. Kick it out to the corner. Davis wants a 3. It's on the way. Good. Karan Davis. Give him 14, the lead, 57-44. Neal into the forecourt. Head of the key now for Rogers. Rogers swings it far side left down to Neal. Neal on the bounce, top side right. Gave it up to Jones, coming to his left. Swings it back to Neal. Runs it in the lane, floats it up. Rim, it popped out. Andrews Fulton a rebound. He and Neal got together, and it's Neal's first foul. That comes at 5:43 to go. Oslander on the bounce. Now for Davis, up the floor to Oslander, stripped and stolen. Rogers to the rack, scores with the right hand. Rogers now with 12, 57-46. Coppin with 5:34 to go. Back after a 30-second timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. So out of the Coppin timeout, Coach Gaetano just said it. We've had 1 shot in the last 4 possessions. Can't turn it over.
Can't do it. Cannot do it. That is the easiest way to lose a game is the turnover battle.
Davis up the floor, now to Oslander. Bounce it to the forecourt, now to Brownlee. Brownlee with it, backs it out. Finds Oslander right of the lane. Skips it, near side left intended for Morgan. Deflected and stolen again. Here comes Neal. Neal into the forecourt, top side right, puts his nose down, fires it left corner. Richardson going baseline left, he's fouled. Brownlee the foul, that's his first. 9th on Coppin as a team. South Carolina State has fouls to give, they have just 4. Said was coming back to the table with 4 personal fouls. He has been sent back to the bench for the moment. Coppin uncomfortably with a 57-46 lead.
I think you described it right, too, uncomfortably. Let's see what he does on these free throws.
First one on the way, it's good for Richardson. Give him 12.
He'll be able to cut it to under 10 with a little over 5 minutes left. South Carolina State is going to say the way that we're turning the ball over, they're in the game.
Second one on the way, good again. Richardson makes it a 9-point margin at 57-48. He's got 13 in the game. Davis to Oslander, head of the key, to the doorstep. Chad Andrews-Fulton had it blocked. Tapped out to Brownlee. Now to Davis. Davis right of the jump circle. Less than 5 minutes to go. Shot clock to 10. Davis head of the key. Down to 6 to shoot. And it's an illegal screen or a push-off.
He pushed off.
It's on Chad Andrews-Fulton. It's his 4th. And Juan Dixon right now is incensed.
Coach Dixon is upset, but what Chad did was on the screen, and then he tried to roll to the basket, but as he rolled, he pushed. I don't think Coach Dixon saw that.
Rogers on the inbound now for Neal. Neal, top side left. Feeds it far block. Applewhite going to work on Chad. It's an offensive foul on Applewhite. That doesn't sit well with the Bulldog fans.
That was an interesting call.
I would love to see that again when we go to the under 4 media timeout because I didn't see a real dip of the shoulder.
Well, yeah, we'll just consider those 2 fouls a wash, and now let's start over, right?
5th team foul on South Carolina State. Coppin, by the way, over the limit of 10. Brownlee on the catch from Davis. Now to the forecourt. Coppin by 9 at 57-48. Brownlee to the doorstep. A lot of contact, no call. Rim it off. Applewhite battling Chad for the rebound, and Chad throws it off his backside and back out of bounds. It'll stay with Coppin State. 29 on the shot clock.
Now, you know who hasn't had the ball in his hands recently is Lamar Morgan. As hot as he was, let's see what we do out of this possession.
Kennard replaces Applewhite ahead of the under 4 media timeout. Davis from the baseline to inbound. Looking. Finds Brownlee left side just inside the arc. Lucien will back it out with a right-hand dribble. 4:15 and counting here in the second half. Feeds it top side left to Andrews-Fulton. Backdoor feed. Morgan, glass rim, no good. Ton of contact, no call. On the run back, Rogers just ran right over Chad. It comes out of bounds. Last touch by Coppin State.
That ball hit the glass. That's what everyone is having a problem with.
Coach Dixon's working on a technical foul. The official just chased him back to the coach's box. 4:01 to go. Coppin by 9. A pull-up off the right side. That's good. Richardson now with 15. 57-50. The margin is now 7. It's been cut in half in the last 5 minutes. Brownlee over the time stripe. Now to the forecourt. Line to the lane. Chad Andrews-Fulton got 2 defenders. Count it, and a foul. He got both of them up off their feet.
He did. Coppin is going to have to show composure down the stretch.
57-50 to 59-50. And the foul is on Kennard. It's his 4th. A free throw coming on the other side. 3:42 to go. It's now Coppin State 59, South Carolina State 50. Back after a 60-second timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. 3:42 to go. Dare I say in regulation? 59-50. Coppin State leads South Carolina State. Chad Andrews Fulton going to the free throw line to try to cap a 3-point play. At least the kids are smiling and laughing.
No, they should be. I mean, you're up 9 on the line. You're in a good position. No turnovers. Play defense. Make your free throws.
Which Chad just did. Give him 9. 60-50 Coppin. 3:39 to go. Head of the key. Neal's got the handle going right. Kicks it out right side. Richardson for 3. Rim and off. Battle for the rebound. What now? Applewhite came down with it. Morgan says, give it to me. It's on Chad Andrews Fulton. That's his 5th. He'll foul out with 3:27 to go and 9 hard-earned points. DeAndre Fair checks back in. Here comes Sed Jr. back in.
Andrews Fulton is getting a well-deserved round of applause as usual. He's played his last 3-4 games. He's played well.
9 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Applewhite steps into the free throw line out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Drains it. He's got 11. 60-51. Coppin by 9, 3:27 to go. As the possessions for both teams now becoming scarce in the final 3:27. Second free throw on the way, good. Applewhite now with 12. 60-52. Coppin by 8. Pressure on the ball. Davis to Oslander into the forecourt. Picks up the bounce. And it got wrenched away by Richardson. Runs it in the lane. Fights up to the left. Rim and off. Tapped out. Davis will win it. 3:15 to go. Karan Davis got bumped off. Neal with his 2nd. So now that's the 7th team foul on South Carolina State. Coppin will huddle at the head of the key before Davis steps into the free throw line.
We're going to have to figure out how to get the ball up court, though. Or this turnover margin is going to expand even wider.
First free throw is on the way, good. Karan Davis now with 15. 61-52. Coppin by 9. Second attempt, rim and good. Davis with 16. DC 13 in the second half, puts the lead back to 10 at 62-52, 3 minutes to go.
Let's see what we do in this possession.
Left side penetration, Richardson reversing off head of the key, nearly stolen away by Rogers, or from Rogers, I should say. 15 to shoot, Rogers fires one up, back of the rim, no. And Morgan with the foul. That's his 3rd. Coppin, of course, over the limit. So Rogers will now step into the free throw line. 2 free throws forthcoming. Time stopped at 2:54. Rim, and off. Redshirt senior, Patrell Rogers. Splits a pair, does Rogers, give him 13. 62-53, Coppin State. Fair into the forecourt. Right elbow, shovels it off to Oslander, fights one up, and he teardropped it home with a ton of contact. 64-53, Coppin. Quick 3, tapped up and good. As it was rattling around, Applewhite finishes. Give him 14. 9-point Coppin lead. Davis was fouled.
That was a great follow by Applewhite, staying active and hustling to make the shot for South Carolina State.
Rogers, his 2nd, comes at 2:31 remaining. So now Davis will step in. Coach Dixon is getting after the officials tonight.
The life of an official.
17 for Davis. Greatest commercial I've ever seen was in the big game. Remember the official just staring there at home?
Mm-hmm.
And then he could deal with what he had to deal with at the game. You remember that one?
I do remember that. Good
Second one's good. Davis now with 18. Last 4 at the line. 66-55. Coppin by 11. 2:25 to go. Lost on the way up. Richardson regains the possession. Gave it up for a deep 3 for Rogers. He knocked it down. Rogers with 16. 66-58, Coppin State. Oslander lost the handle. Morgan knocked it free. Rogers has it again. Wants another 3. Left of the rim and off. Rebound Cedric Council, and it's going to stay with South Carolina State on a Coppin State foul. With 2:07 to go.
They got fair for reaching out and trying to block the guy off with his arm.
That's his first. Richardson now at the free throw line. He has 2 free throws coming. First one's on the way. It's good. He's got 16. 66-59. 9 of the 16 here in the second half. Second one's on the way. Good. Richardson now with 17. 66-60. Coppin with the lead. Closing in on 2 minutes to go. Oslander to the forecourt, now to Fair. Back to Davis. Left of the jump circle. He's defended by Neal. Davis checks in with Juan Dixon right in front of us. Shot clock to 10. Davis the handle, defended by Neal. Takes him left of the lane. Backs it out with a fadeaway, rim it off. Rebound Applewhite. 99 seconds to go. Neal head of the key. Takes it right, threw it away. Fair picks it off. Outlet ahead to Morgan. Lamar runs it left of the lane. He'll back it out.
Smart play by Morgan.
And he calls timeout. Left wing behind the arc with 23 to shoot. 1:27 to go. And with the timeout on the floor with 87 seconds to go, Coppin State leads South Carolina State 66-60. Back in 30 seconds on the Coppin State Sports Network. Back courtside at a rockin' PEC tonight here on the campus of Coppin State University. Baltimore, Maryland, Tom Bartley, Derek Carter with you. Coming down to brass tacks, DC 66-60. Coppin the lead and the ball, 23 to shoot.
It is 23 to shoot, and, you know, these close games, it's bad for you. I was hoping that when we were up by 11, we would expand on that. You kind of hinted. I let it go. But I think you know what I'm saying, and I'm not going to sing anymore.
Okay. Davis on the inbound from the Coppin bench, looking, gets it in, hands it off to Cedric Council Jr., who is immediately fouled.
They fouled him intentionally.
Applewhite now with his fourth. 86 seconds to go in regulation. One and the bonus on the 9th Bulldog team foul. Council hit the glass, good.
That wasn't good at all. I mean, Coach Garvin is.
Neal lost it on the way up. Applewhite had it blocked. Morgan gave it back to Davis. Davis draws the double team. Bouncing up the left side. Morgan, a 3. It's on the way. Rim. It popped out. Neal coming the other way with closing in on a minute to go. Kick it out left corner. Rogers gave it back for a deep three. Richardson just drained it. He's got 20. South Carolina State has come all the way back to trail by just 3.
That was a big shot. And on our end, you know, Morgan hasn't made a shot recently, and I think he kind of feels like he's not in the game. So he tried to close it out. But I would like to have seen us to take a little bit more time off the clock on that possession.
26-15 run. It is 8 unanswered by South Carolina State to trail Coppin 66-63, 58.8 to go. Bulldogs have taken a full timeout. They're down to 1. Coppin's down to 1 left. No more media timeouts in regulation.
Coach Garvin, South Carolina State's coach, is going to come out of this timeout and foul again. Because of one-on-one, he's going to play that game.
One more time,
right?
It'll be 10th team foul.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to the 2 shots. Okay.
However,
strategically, though, what he did before, I understand it. Yeah.
If you're going to foul after seeing Cedric Council Jr.'s most recent free throw attempt, they might be thinking about putting him back on the line.
After that last shot.
Yes.
I think so.
So Coppin was up 51-37. They lead 66-63, 58.8 to go. Brand new 30-second shot clock. DeAndre Fair to inbound the basketball from the baseline. Great look at Juan Dixon right in front of us. Fair runs the baseline, looks, gets it into Davis. Caron coming up the sideline, stops in the backcourt, fires it to Fair. Fair at the time stripe, now to the forecourt to Brownlee. Lobs it over the top to Fair. Reverse it back to Davis in the jump circle. Under 45 seconds to go. Shot clock to 15. Davis again defended by Neal. Shot clock to 10. Lobs it high left. On the catch, it's Morgan. Back to Davis with 7. Down to 6. Caron head of the key with 4. Down to 3. Got one away at the free throw line. Glass and good. Caron Davis.
What a shot. Big shot.
68-63. Coppin by 5. Shot clock turned off. Wave it off. Offensive foul called, I believe, on Rashawn Neal with the forearm shiver. Indeed, his 3rd. And now a must-foul situation for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
How big was that shot by Caron Davis?
That was huge. He got in the paint and used the glass. Wasn't sure if it was on purpose or not. Coach Dixon had me blocked off, so I just saw it on the glass. I guess he meant to do it.
Fair on the inbound. It comes to Brownlee. Brownlee is shoved.
Okay.
Jones picks up his 2nd. So now both teams over the limit with 24.1 to go. This is anything but over. With a 5-point margin.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to have to make the free throws.
Brownlee puts it on the way. Good.
Good shot. Stepped up with a lot of confidence.
6-point margin. He makes this one. It makes it a 3-possession margin with 24.1 to go. Second Brownlee attempt on the way. Good. Lucian got them both. 70-63 Coppin. So they answer the 8-0 run 4 points in a row.
And as you said, the key is now it's a 3-possession game. It gives you a little margin of error with 24 seconds left.
Rogers to Neal. Neal to the forecourt. Top side right, Rogers thought about a 3, split the double team, got to the doorstep and scored. Timeout, South Carolina State. They now trail 70-65. Now that was way too easy. Getting to the glass. Rogers now with 18 in the game. You needed a score. They got the first one.
They did, and it was smart on their part. Coppin State was playing the 3, so take it to the hole, get the quick 2. You're going to put Coppin State back on the free throw line. the pressure's on Coppin State.
I've called this a lot of times 2 for 1. It's also referred to as 3 for 2. So right there, you're giving up the easy 2 to get the ball back if you're Coppin State. But if you're South Carolina State, you've got to do that 3 times.
Yeah.
Just to get to close to even. Fair on the inbound, and we got a hold before it ever came in. The hold is on Rogers. That's his 3rd. So now you put Karan Davis at the free throw line as opposed to anybody else.
And that's, if anyone's going to be on the free throw line, that's who Coppin State wants to see on the line.
Dante Wright back to the scorer's table. He will check in between free throws by Karan Davis. Sed's heading back to the table as well. Davis puts it on the way and good. He's got 21.
He shot that like he's been there before.
A lot. Second attempt forthcoming for Karan Davis. Front of the rim, it falls off. 71-65 Coppin State. 13 seconds to go. Turned over by the Bulldogs. On the run back, leave it for Morgan. Got a defender to blow by, and he lays it up and good.
I think that did it.
73-65 Coppin. 5 seconds to go. Rogers a deep 3. Back of the rim, no. Morgan the rebound.
Regulation. Basketball at the end of regulation.
First time for D.C. to book the victory. In regulation, 73-65. Coppin State defeats South Carolina State. And they have won back-to-back home dates for the first time all season.
That's a big win. When you're playing home games, your goal is to win your home game. So this was a great effort by Coppin State. Coach Dixon will be happy. His staff will be happy. And I know the guys are thrilled with another victory. And this time in regulation.
Lamar Morgan with 28 points tonight. And with that, I believe Coach Dixon is going to make his way here courtside. We'll have a quick conversation. First things first, I have to ask you, Coach Dixon, how does it feel to get a home win in regulation?
It feels great. I mean, we got to finish the game. We had a nice lead. We were getting stops. We got called for a lot of moving screens. We got to watch film and make adjustments. But we're on a 2-game winning streak. So that's great.
Take us back about midway through the second half. You're right in front of us, so is Lamar Morgan, and you set up a play for him between the E and the A on the MEAC.
That wasn't a play. That's Lamar Morgan making a play. I mean, he's a great shooter. He's starting to be an outstanding defender. I mean, the kid got a chance to be really special. I mean, we're going to focus on this year, but next year we're going to work on his strength and his ball handling skills. But he's a special basketball player, and all I said was, Lamar, take 3 steps back. And he hit it right in front of the bench past the C. So when you got someone that can shoot the ball like that and spread the defense, it allows guys like Karan to get downhill and Chad to get easy catches in the seam and for us to get easier opportunities. So he's playing out of his mind. We always knew he was capable of shooting the ball like that. It was just a matter of Lamar finding his rhythm.
How critical was his shooting in the second half to get this home win?
Awesome. I mean, it wasn't just about him making shots, though. Our guys defended. They shot 34%. As a team, we talk about hanging our hat on the defensive end, and we did a good job of, being solid, communicating, and shrinking the floor, and was making those guys take contested shots.
And under 30% from 3 as well.
Them or us?
For them.
Oh, them. Oh, we shot 50. I mean, that's what we talk about. I mean, I have 2 of the best assistants in the country. Forget the MEAC. Like, I believe in my guys, and they scout, and they game plan, and they help us prepare for moments like this. And I'm proud of the players, all the coaches, and we just got to keep grinding.
Next up is Maryland Eastern Shore here on Monday night, as all the fans that are now heading out invite them back, of course, on Monday night. And UMES, if memory serves, they can shoot the lights out.
Hey, we're going to watch film, and we're going to have a game plan to execute. Just a matter of us getting healthy. We had a lot of guys sick. So our guys really grinded and they stayed mentally tough, and we were able to make some shots. Like I told you, we make some shots, we defend well enough, we can win some games.
Appreciate the time as always. Congratulations on a home win.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
There it is. Juan Dixon, head coach of the Coppin State Eagles. Home win in regulation with DC on the mic. We're back with our post-game show after this timeout on the Coppin State Sports Network. Back courtside here at the PEC, joined by our player of the game tonight, Lamar Morgan, finishes with a game high of 28 points, 2 off of your season high that you had at Connecticut. 6 threes in this game, but I want to take you back to the 3 that Coach Dixon and I were just talking about. You're actually 2 feet behind the three-point arc right where we're doing our interview, and he actually told you to back up to the MEAC logo. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true. And he knows I shoot with range, and he knew they wasn't going to pick me up out there, so he just told me to back up and shoot it, and I was shooting with confidence.
You did 5 consecutive times in the second half, knocking down 5 straight threes. What's going through your mind when you're in that kind of a zone and feeling that with your shooting touch?
I just know I'm in flow, so when I get an open shot, I just take it. And I get it frequently, rhythm. So when I get rhythm, I just know I just got to let it go.
So late in the game, South Carolina State makes that run. They close it to 3. What's going through everybody's minds and keeping everybody together late in the game to finish strong and get the home win?
We just constantly huddle up and keep our composure. We tell guys to relax, keep calm, and just continue to play defense. We want to do it on the defensive end more than the offensive because that's the most important part of the court.
Certainly appreciate the time. Congratulations on a fantastic performance tonight and one of the deepest threes I've ever seen in the history of the game of basketball. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There it is, Lamar Morgan. Step aside for a quick 30-second timeout. Come back with DC after this on the Coppin State Sports Network.